ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday. And I'm just looking at the screen to see whether the picture looks normal or not, because as always, just before starting the live stream, everything then starts not working, even though it had been working about 45 minutes ago. And the videos wouldn't load up, so that's why we started with running blind tonight, because that's one of the videos that did work. So I think it was requested over on Patreon as well, so at least there was a request for it. But then once I tried to restart the software, the videos then loaded up, but the camera went all wrong and it went really kind of high contrast looking. And I'm trying to see on my screen, actually it looks relatively normal, but on the live feed I can see that that's still got a contrasty look to it. So as long as it looks alright where you are and it looks alright on YouTube, that's the most important thing, and I'll just have to ignore what it looks like on my screen. And as we know, sometimes the screen does go a bit darker, but this is almost like there's a filter on it, like a high contrast filter, which makes it look a bit weird, but hopefully it's all okay. Now, the other thing is that rather than the little fan thing that I've had to try and keep cool on the other days, because it's still warm here in the UK, I've got the air conditioning unit going, and I've tried to place it as far away from the mic as possible so that I can still feel the benefit of the cool air, but actually still be heard over the mic. So if it's okay, then hopefully, I mean, this is something that I can do in the future, have it quite a long way away so that it doesn't get in the way of me speaking and just too much of a distraction in the background. So yeah, let me know about those two things in the live chat room. First of all, I think if you couldn't see me, you guys would have let me know already, so it's probably okay. But then if the noise of the air conditioner is too loud as well, then I'll obviously have to kind of turn it off or move it further away, but then it'll be so far away it probably won't even get as far as me. But yes, it's still warm here in the UK, and I mean, the thing about it being warm here in the UK, it really depends on what your house is like, because if you've got good insulation in your house, which is great for winter, it means that you don't have to put the heating on as much, so then you save a lot of money during winter, because everyone has to pay lots of money for gas in order to keep everything heated. So it's a benefit in the winter, but then in the summer, if things start becoming a lot hotter than normal, as they have been for the last maybe couple of years, and they could just keep on getting hotter, if you've got a house that's really well insulated, it means that all the heat in the house just stays in the house. So that's the problem that I'm dealing with at the moment. Even though with other people's houses that aren't well insulated, that might be more expensive in winter, of course, in summer, if it is getting hot, their houses aren't that bad. They can just open a window and then it all cools down. But yeah, having the insulated house approach is unfortunately not the best thing for the summer. Anyway, swings and roundabouts, let's get you guys in that live stream out in the open so we can see that Vince, Bob, Ginny, Joy, Billy, A, Briggs, Bella, Corey, Richie, Robert, Tammy, Bob again, Diane, Mimi, 321, Bev, Laurie, Tammy, Chumley, Buck Eye Clay Fan, and Terry there. Thank you for joining me tonight, because Terry says, I think they're only loud for you. I can't hear anything. So that's good. Thank you. Talking about that air conditioning unit in the background, it should be okay. I mean, I can obviously hear it because I'm close to it, but I have got the mic just pointed at my mouth, and I do speak quite loudly anyway, but if I've got it pointed at my mouth and not at the angle that the air conditioning unit is, and I've kind of put it round the corner, so I'm kind of blowing the air against a wall and then deflecting it, so yeah, I've tried to get it as far away as possible, but I can still feel that it is cool in this room. I mean, it's not like really cool, but it's warm enough to be able to deal with. It's not, you know, in the other live streams it's got to the point of being so hot, but then getting hotter and hotter as we live stream. So then by about half an hour through, you know, I'm starting to sweat, and then obviously the strings on my guitars are all going out of tune, so if we do a fill jam, who knows what's going to happen. And same for tonight, really. We're going to be going through the gem, it looks like. I'm just trying to see which guitar is plugged in, and it is the gem. I can just see the lead out of the corner of my eye and actually on the screen in front of me. So, yeah, we'll be playing the gem a little bit later on, but only if we hit the target for tonight's likes goal. The goal is 310. So as you come through the door, if you could leave a thumbs up, that would be much appreciated. And I can see that we are at 142 likes so far. Almost halfway. So, yeah, maybe we can get a spike of the likes going on to get ourselves up to maybe 150 or 155. Because in my head, that is halfway. And we'll see how we get on with that. If we do hit that target, we will have another Fill Jam number 17 in the list, where we just get a backing track going that Joe has sent me previously, and we see what it is and see if we can play along and all that kind of stuff. One thing that I don't have tonight is the wah-wah pedal plugged in or anything like that, so we're just going to have to plug in the guitar and just play along for however long the backing track is. So, yes, we will just continue as we normally do on these live streams, and I think I might have seen, or I might have imagined it, or maybe not, somebody saying hello to old Mr. B in the live chat room, who's been in the live chat room on the last few live streams. And I am going to be having a chat with old Mr. B on the 5th of July, which is a Wednesday, and that is in the diary, so that is definitely going to be happening. I'll keep you guys in the loop over on Patreon as to what's going on and when, as always, but that's just another thing to look forward to for next month, which is only a couple of weeks away, maybe a few weeks away. Right, now I have to get the names of my patrons up on screen because they make this all possible in the first place. A massive shout out to these lovely people at the bottom of the screen who, have supported me for a very long time, some of them, and continue to support me and allow me to do everything that I do on the channel. I mean, everything that we do on the live streams as well, and literally just paying the monthly cost of the software that I use in order to do all this kind of stuff. So yeah, a huge thank you to these people. You know who you are. But yeah, analysis videos, cover videos, the interview videos, just everything that you see is due to these people's support. So yes, thank you for that. Right, another thing that I always say on the live streams is that you don't have to donate. Just watching is fantastic. Maybe hitting a thumbs up, that could be the I don't know, the price for entry. Hit a thumbs up, but you don't even have to do that. But it would be great if you could do that and maybe leave a comment, introduce yourself into that live chat room, because that's how we all started out. I started out introducing myself to one or two people on the live streams, and then it's just gradually grown and we've all got to know each other, which is great. So yes, leave a message in that live chat room. And you don't have to donate, but some people can't resist donating. So I always put up on screen the percentages so that you know that between 35 and 45% of the donations through the YouTube Super Chat window, which is at the bottom of the comment section, 35 to 45% of that goes to YouTube. And through PayPal, if you do things that way, between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal. So, I mean, it's up to you. You can take your choice, but you can also choose not to donate at all. You don't have to, but there's a link in the description below, a PayPal link, if you need that, if that's the way that you want to do things. But anyway, just joining me is great. Now, I'm not sure whether something just magically changed on screen. I don't know. Something caught the corner of my eye there. I don't know what it was, but maybe it's just me imagining things. As you can see, I'm not pressing anything at the moment, so if anything does change on screen, it's really not my fault. It's definitely a gremlin in the system. But yes, when I use my mouse, such as this, when I have my arm over here, that's when I'm clicking on lots of different things and trying to keep things organized for the rest of the live stream. And mentioning about keeping things organized, I will get through just a few of these donations that have come through already. And Paul donated $2. Thank you for that, Paul. And the message is, spike those likes, all y'all. Have fun tonight. So thank you for that. And Paul donated $2 again and said, please wish Vince Gotera a very happy birthday with a birthday cake. So Yes, a big happy birthday to Vince. And we will be having a look at Vince a little bit later on in Picture Corner. And by the way, in Picture Corner, I think we've got maybe 4 pictures to look at tonight. So it's going to get busy for that particular part of the show. But yeah, we will be taking a look at Vince and his son, Marty, I do believe, a little bit later on. And yeah, big happy birthday to Vince. Everybody say happy birthday to Vince in that live chat room. I hope you have a fantastic day. And I think, yeah, because now we are going to be live streaming, and we are live streaming on the correct date of the live stream, then when I say it's somebody's birthday, it's technically, yes, still their birthday here in the UK. So, yeah, Vince, have a fantastic day. Right, moving on, Orlando then donated straight afterwards for $5 and says, again, happy birthday, Vince Gutera. Spike the likes. So thank you for that, Orlando. And yeah, great idea. If you want to hit that thumbs up, that would be great. And let's give a plug of the mug. Here it is. And there we have it. If you want to get your hands on any of the Wings of Pegasus merchandise, just click on the tray underneath this video, or click on the link in the description below, the spring.com store link. I'm just trying to remember whether I put a link in the description, but I think I did. And I think the wrong picture, not that anybody would be confused about, you know, watching a live stream that's actually headed and titled, "It's time for another live stream Tuesday." I think the picture just said live stream Saturday, but that's kind of behind me anyway. So yeah, nobody would have been confused. But for those of you eagle-eyed viewers out there, would have seen that the picture didn't quite match up with the day of the week. But I do indeed know that it is Tuesday today. And I'm not sure why that was. Maybe I clicked on the wrong button or something, but generally they just repeat week on week, so it should load up the live stream Tuesday picture or thumbnail automatically. But yeah, it didn't seem to do that. Anyway, thank you for those donations, Paul, and Orlando. Paul times 2, even though it was Paul, the same Paul twice. It wasn't different Pauls. And we did have some donations over on PayPal. So thank you guys for these. And just quickly, it was Nicole who donated £10.57 at 6:22 this morning. Thank you for that. And the message was, "Hi Phil, I wish you a beautiful Tuesday and lots of good things this week. My solidarity, kisses and rock." So thank you for that, Nicole. And it's going into another one that's come through from Tammy for £10. Thank you for that, Tammy. And this came in at 9:15 earlier this evening. And it's just a straight up donation. There's no message for that one when I scroll down. And Billy has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Billy. And the message is, "Hey Phil, I would like to extend a warm winger wish to Vince Gutera for a very happy birthday. His birthday is on June 20th, so if it happens to be June 21st when you read this, just keep the celebration going. Thank you and hello to all the wingers." So thank you for that, Billy. And as you guys know, I do address every single donation that comes through, regardless of when it comes through. They always get announced on the live streams, and yeah, it means that we are still officially in birthday time for Vince here in the UK as well. But thank you for that, Billy. And Deborah has donated £5, so thank you for that, Deborah. And the message is just saying hi and spike the likes. Good idea, as always. Always spiking that likes if at all possible. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, that would be great. Up to 180 likes so far. Right, that means that it's 130. Was it? It seemed like it was going to be an easy number to try and work out, but then my brain started to struggle. But I think that's what it was, 130, or 129 now, technically. But thank you for that, Deborah. And Carl has donated £2, so thank you for that, Carl. And the message is, happy birthday, Vince Gutera. So lots of birthday wishes, and I hope lots of those are going through in the live chat room as well. So thank you for that, Carl. And Connie has donated £20. Thank you for that, Connie. And the message is, hi Phil, silly question alert. Have you ever smelled a skunk? I heard they don't live in England. Here's a few pounds towards the electric bill. You rock, Connie B. So thank you for that, Connie B. And I've never smelled a skunk. And yeah, I've never seen, like, in real life, a skunk. So I would have to be somewhere where they live, but a country in which, yeah, they are regular to be seen. But yeah, I mean, here in the UK we have badgers, which I don't know whether they kind of look the same, but they're definitely not the same. But yeah, a skunk, I've only ever seen them in cartoons, and and being really smelly. I haven't actually had the displeasure of smelling them in real life. So yeah, that's a very easy answer to that question. So thank you for that, Connie, and yeah, for the donation as well. And when I mentioned about the air conditioning unit, I mean, as everyone in the UK knows, that with the prices at the moment for electricity and everything, is definitely not ideal to be having an air conditioning unit going to try and stay cool, because yeah, it's definitely very, very expensive. But thank you, Connie, and all you guys for the donations, because I mean, every donation really helps with every side of things. When I'm not only talking about the software, but literally the cost of having the electricity to keep the screens going, because I've got 2 screens here, and the speakers, the interface, my sub that I've got under here, the amplifier when we have the fill jam. So yeah, all of these things, it's just crazy the amount of things that are required to, first of all, work properly, but then the cost to keep everything going. And I do have lighting as well, but with the lighting, I mean, that's another thing, that my lights are on constant rotation of charging the batteries for the lights. So yeah, that's another thing. I don't plug them directly into the wall, they're just running on batteries. So it's I mean, it's all just outgoings and things that keep everything possible. But this is why I say about everybody at the bottom of the screen, they literally make everything possible for you to be able to see me on the screen, for just because of the lights. Because the lights are working. So yeah, just the cost of keeping everything going, day in, day out, week in, week out, and month in and month out, and year in, year out. Because it has been what, 4, 5, 6 years, something like that, since I started doing the analysis videos, and we started getting a few more people on the channel, and then one thing led to another, and here we are with a great community during the live streams, but also doing some interesting interviews on the channel, meeting lots of interesting people. So yeah, it is all good. And here we have Tortoro Porco, who's donated £6. Thank you for that. And the message is, would the maths be easier if you had a countdown dartboard? I'm not entirely sure whether I don't know what a countdown dartboard is. I just know a normal dartboard, which has kind of 20 at the top, and it has 1 on the right hand side, and it has, I don't know what on the left hand side, maybe 5. I'm trying to think, because I have watched some darts in the past. I know that the bullseye is in the middle, and if you hit that one, it's 50, and then the ring outside that is 25. So yeah, I know a little bit. Oh, and you've got like 19, which is down at the bottom and off to the side, and then maybe 6. I don't know why, but kind of numbers flash into my head when I imagine seeing a dartboard, and I haven't got a photographic memory, so I don't know what it is. It's just numbers. But anyway, maybe I'm just naming them all wrong. I know the 20's in the middle at the top, because that's the one that they all go for the treble 20. So anyway, yeah, I'm not sure that a countdown dartboard would help me necessarily too much to work it out. I just say whatever pops into my head at the time, because sometimes it's the right number, and obviously if it is the wrong number, I don't know if it's the wrong number, because I just say it anyway. But generally, when it starts getting to the hundreds or 200s, as we are almost approaching now 193, so it means we need 7 more for 200. And it means that we'd need 110 from then. So I add those two together. 117 is what we would be looking for. So that's just the way that, I can work it out in a slow kind of way like that. Like now, obviously, if I know that at 200 it's going to be 110, I add on 5, 115. And I know that it's pretty much going to be correct. But when they're odd numbers going on all the time for both the total and whatever we're at. That's where it gets a bit confusing, so I try and avoid doing any of those equations. Anyway, for the vote, let's talk about that tonight in the live chat room. At the top you'll see the choice between You Give Love a Bad Name, which I can see is in the lead, but then also there's another one which I can never see. I can only ever see the one that's in the lead. And Silence is Broken. That's what it is. Damn Yankees. So, that's what the vote is for, or between, tonight. And yeah, the You Give Love a Bad Name, that's my collaboration with Cena, the drummer, here on YouTube. So yeah, if you want to see that one, have a vote for that. It is currently in the lead. So we will be jumping into that relatively soon, maybe in 15 minutes, a little bit over 15 minutes for tonight's live stream. We are approaching 11:30 here in the UK, in a very hot UK. Unfortunately, at the moment it's maybe in the high 20s Celsius, and last year we had 41 degrees Celsius, which was a new record. So I'm hoping that it doesn't get too hot this summer, because if it's too hot, or it feels too hot, under 30, 40 is going to be an absolute nightmare. So we will see. Let's hope for a forgiving summer this summer here in the UK. But we did have rain today, which helped to cool things off momentarily, which is always welcome. So we will try to keep things organised in tonight's live stream. So we're going to have the cover video. I don't know whether we'll have a riff of the week. Maybe I'll just shoehorn that in somewhere. We're definitely going to have Picture Corner. I know there have been requests for the Phil tune as well. And the Phil Jam is yet to be confirmed, because we're still looking for 107 people to join into that live chat room, to hit that thumbs up in order to have a Phil Jam at the end of the live stream. So yes, as long as people hit that thumbs up, then hopefully we'll get there. Maybe we won't. We will see what happens. So moving into, maybe should we jump straight into a riff of the week at 11:30 on tonight's live stream? It's always a bit random with these live streams as to what we get into, what we have time to do, but I feel like for some reason we've got a bit of time here to maybe have a riff of the week. So I'm maybe going to jump in and be spontaneous and call for some numbers in the live chat room. So give me a number between 1 and 100, and I will have a look on the list that Laura has sent me over in my email inbox. Let's click on that so that I get the updated list as to which riffs we've seen, which riffs we haven't seen. So between 1 and 100. Let's have a look. Oh, hang on. Alice just tagged Wings of Pegasus in a comment there. Let me see. Interesting description of insulation in UK. In northern US, good insulation keeps you warm in winter and cooler in summer. Sad to hear your insulation isn't keeping you cooler. So thank you for that. And yeah, the insulation here is definitely not to keep your house cool. It's certainly keeping everything warm. Yeah, unfortunately, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it's something to do with the carpeting in the USA. Do you have carpets in your rooms? Because here in the UK we have carpets like everywhere pretty much, apart from usually in bathrooms. Those are harder floors, and maybe in kitchens, but yeah, everywhere else it's very fluffy, warm carpets. So when the summer hits, obviously having like fluffy warm carpets everywhere and having heat, and that's another thing that probably adds a few extra degrees to the conditions inside the houses. But anyway, we're getting numbers coming through now. So another thing that I'm just quickly going to check is to see if this doesn't look like it's grabbing the comments from my software from the live stream, so I can't get any of those on screen, but I can see them. And let's have a little look through. We've got Cindy says number 44. Let's see if we've had number 44. I mean, soon we've got to be hitting ones that we've hit before. Number 44 has already gone. So Let's see what else we have. Barbara says 65. And we haven't had number 65. So let's have a search for Riff of the Week 65. And there it is. And then we stop that. Right, we are loaded, we are ready to go. Let me get that up on screen. I mean, that's a bit over the top, just almost taking up the whole screen. What I will do, I'll put the backing picture up on screen, because then when I do that, now it looks more official. And yeah, it's a little bit over the top having it just in front of my face. Right, let's have a listen to this. What I'm looking for is the name of the song. You can name the band as well if you want to, but the first person to name the riff is obviously the winner of nothing, but the winner of the Riff of the Week for the fastest guess. So let's have a listen, and hopefully I'll be able to hear this, but guesses are to go. I'm just waiting to see if this is going to make any noise. I'm just going to play it, see what happens. Okay, I can hear it. And there we have it. So, I've mentioned in the live streams before that I am a fan of the Matrix movies, and this particular song, or this riff, is part of a song that you'll find on the Matrix soundtrack. But anyway, I'm going to be looking through. I'm not sure whether people are going to get this or not. We have Kevin says Freebird, so not quite, but close. Of course, Rocco Girl says Rainbow. Billy usually says, oh, there's Billy saying Rainbow's Crunchy Jam. Right, I'm going to actually just try and stop the live chat room from going through so I can see a little bit more clearly what the guesses are. Okay, oh, this seems like it's going to be one. Oh, I just saw somebody got it right there, but then it disappeared from the screen. Let me scroll up. Cindy says Wake Up. So I think that is the first correct guess. Let's have a look through some of the Mimi says Rainbow again. Thank you for that. Laurie says Over the Rainbow. What a version that would be. I'm Me said Iron Maiden. So it seems like our Cindy says Rage Against the Matrix. Ha ha. So thank you for that, Cindy. And just scrolling down to see if anybody else gets it. Let's go down. Robert says Electric Rainbow. Tammy says Rainbow. Jacqueline says Rainbow. Richie says Motley Crue. So kind of in the right ballpark. I mean, Janice said Judas Priest as well. So yeah, kind of, I say a little bit heavier than that kind of sound. But Charlie says Jailhouse Rock. And scrolling down, so yeah, it looks like we've just got what was that? Just a couple of correct guesses. I thought this would be more well known than it actually is. So, let me get this picture off the screen because I'm just talking, forgetting that all you can see is a screen grab of me with the guitar. So yeah, it looks like that was one that did evade you. But it was indeed, Wake Up. That was the name of the song by Rage Against the Machine. So, one of those songs I think went really well with the Matrix soundtrack. The other thing, actually, on the latest Matrix movie, obviously on that soundtrack they had the same song, but it surprised me that it's a cover version of the original song at the end. And, I mean, I know that people's opinions were split on it being a cover version of the original song. And, I mean, in my opinion, being an original Matrix fan, I think that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I just love the original version of the song. And the attitude in the song and kind of redoing it and putting a slightly different sound on it, for me, didn't quite work as well. Because obviously it's not going to give you the same, I don't know, the same feel as the original, certainly the original movie, but then the original, second and third movie, because obviously there's a huge gap between the third movie and the most recent one. So yeah, I would have liked for them to have just kept it the same and had that little bit of nostalgia at the end of the movie, but yeah, they had a cover version of it. So anyway, there you go, that was it. I did actually name this at the beginning an intermediate riff, which means that it's maybe not as well known. So that was obviously quite well judged when I played this riff and called it an intermediate one. So yeah, congratulations to those two that actually got it correct. And that was Riff of the Week. So yeah, that one will get crossed off the list, and we'll continue on with the Riff of the Week whenever we have one in the future. It is just a bit random as to when we have a look at Riff of the Week, when we have a fill tune, and of course when we have the fill jam, because we are now looking for 93 more likes before we have a fill jam, if indeed we do, at the end of tonight's live stream. And it is 37 minutes past 11 tonight. Make that 38 minutes past 11 as the clock just moves over, trying to catch me out. So we will just quickly jump into the PayPal window, because we've had another donation in there, and it's from Debbie, and Debbie's donated £10. So thank you for that, Debbie. And the message is, "Hi Phil, I just couldn't resist. Thanks for all the great analysis videos. You are the best. Love you, Debbie." So thank you for that, Debbie. And there is another one that has just come in through the PayPal window, and it is Kim, who has donated £10. Thank you for that, Kim. And the message is, "Do you go for a swim anywhere when it's very hot out? You've mentioned how you love sports. Just wondering if you enjoy or were ever involved in swimming competitively. Love and hugs from Canada, Kim." So thank you for that, Kim. And I mean, swimming's not something that I ever really got into, and I think probably, if you get into swimming competitively, it's all about genetics. You've got to be, ideally over 6 foot in height, probably around 6'4", 6'5", and you've got to have massive hands, because the bigger your hands are, the more water you can shift. So I haven't got big hands, unfortunately, so it's not something that at school I excelled in, and I was just into football anyway. But then I think if I had been good at swimming, then maybe at some point it would have got to a point where the genetics takes over, and you're not going to be able to, it's just literally a numbers game. You're not going to be able to shift as much water as somebody else who has bigger hands and bigger feet, and just genetically made for that particular sport. And I mean, that goes for a lot of sports. You get some people who are just genetically made for that particular event. When you think about Usain Bolt and just being fast at running, he had that combination of being fast, having a lot of fast twitch muscle fibers in his muscles, but then comparing that with having slow twitch muscle fibers, which is when you're good at endurance, where your muscles can't contract at a faster rate, which is what you need for sprinting, but then you don't need that for long distance running. So yes, it's better to have slow twitch muscle fibers for long distance and fast twitch muscle fibers for sprinting. But anyway, when you combine the fast twitch muscle fibers with being tall, is that ideal combination. And that's something that we have this footballer here called Haaland, who plays for Man City, and Man City won the Champions League. Congratulations to them. Haaland has this combination of being fast and being tall. So it means that once you get up to speed, the distance that you're covering just with each stride is way far and above what anybody else who's shorter, even if they've got the same speed of muscle twitch fibers contracting, even if they're matching the speed, just the gait, the stride of length, that is what's going to win it. So sometimes you just get genetics that it's just stacked in somebody's favor. And obviously with football as well, Haaland has the advantage of being tall to be able to head the ball and jump and beat people in the air. So he's just like the perfect, genetic, model for a footballer. Obviously, you've got to have skill as well. That's a big part of football. But you sometimes get these people that are just made for sports. And I think with swimming, the genetic pool is even more restricted and is so much more precise, because when you see swimmers being interviewed, they're all the same. They have wide shoulders, they are tall, and you kind of need that. You need that shoulder power in order to do that. So anyway, no, I wasn't really interested in swimming, but I think even if I excelled at it, I still would have done football. And that's something that I have said that I did back in school. I did sprinting, and my fastest 100 meter time was dead on 11 seconds, which is quite fast. If you look sometimes, on the Olympics, you might have some people who are in and around 11 seconds, faster than 11 seconds generally for the men's 100 meters, but it's still a fast time for somebody that doesn't compete. So there's something that they wanted me to get into in secondary school. They put me into just one Olympics meeting that I had, and I just really didn't like it. I didn't really like athletics anyway, but I thought, well, because they really want me to do it, I'll go and do the athletics. And spent the whole day. What you do, you get there at 8, well, probably about 9 in the morning, and your 100 meters is maybe 3 in the afternoon. So you just sit on the grass. It was ridiculous. You're told to take like a mat with you and a lunch box, so that you've got something to eat. So you literally sit there for 6 hours on the grass waiting for your 100 meters. I just did that, and I thought, I don't want to do this. So I wasn't particularly, if anything, I didn't want to win. I didn't want the school to make me do another athletics meeting. So I just kind of made sure I didn't get first or second or third, and just wanted to get back to playing football, because that's another thing, that sometimes the athletics meetings were in place of a football match, and I didn't want to miss football. So even though genetically I was made for sprinting, it's not something that I wanted to do. So I made sure that I just did one of those and then got the hell out of there and got back to playing football, which I did enjoy a lot more. And that is something that I did competitively and got to a decent level at playing. But then I realised that music was what I wanted to do. So then I gave up football when I was about 20 years of age. So anyway, I know that, when I say about being good at something and it's not something that I wanted to do, another thing that recently, actually, my dad, he brought it up at the dinner table with the Father's Day barbecue that we had, and it didn't rain until after the barbecue, so we got away with that, for those of you who are interested. But at college, I was kind of spotted for being very good at cycling, or at least having a power output where they considered me for potentially now training in cycling and maybe entering athletics competitions, or I guess it's more like Olympic competitions for cycling, and I'm not really into cycling. I don't really know how it all works. I've seen it on TV where they just go around the track. It would have been the cycling on the track that they have with the sides. So I'm not sure even what it's like, power cycling or something, because I've got fast twitch muscle fibers in my legs, it means that they can contract very quickly and put out a lot of power. So this is why I think I did well at sprinting, or I'm just naturally fast, is because of that combination of legs having power and being able to contract very quickly, and which obviously for cycling is a very good thing as well when you're doing sprint cycling, not the Tour de France and all that kind of stuff, because you need slow twitch muscle fibers in order to do that. So I wouldn't have been suited to that. But the person who had come from, I think it was British athletics or something, had come to the whole college to look at different years. And I don't know, I think this is something that they do. They go to colleges and they try and pick out, talent. And if they do find anybody, then they try and, you know, maybe get them into a team and maybe train them, hoping then to eventually maybe be in the Olympics. But I would have been, what, 17 at that age? So I suppose, yeah, with a year or 2 or 3 of training, then maybe, you know, I could have been going around a track, but I wouldn't have enjoyed it. Much happier just first of all playing football, but then yeah, doing music is what I think I was destined to do in the long run. So anyway, thank you for that, Kim. Long answer to that question. So I will get back to the live stream and things that are a little bit more relevant. So I can see 235. So we are gradually increasing with that likeometer. We're still looking for a few more thumbs up. We'll see if we can get those. Maybe we'll jump into the cover video for tonight, and I'm going to bring that vote to a close. So we will end that, and we'll keep an eye out to see the result going through the live chat room. It seems like it is 58% for You Give Love a Bad Name, and 212 votes. So thank you guys for voting for that tonight. And Common Sensible says Javelin catcher ? That's not something that you want to be, ideally. And nowadays, that was something actually that I think they still do. Watch for where the javelin hits the ground. And I think I saw a video years ago where the guy throws the javelin and the person isn't even paying attention, and it like hits their arm or goes through their arm or something. And the crazy thing is, the person pulled it out of their arm, or it kind of just went, I don't know whether it went through their clothing or maybe just, you know, scratched their arm. They're really lucky they got away with it because they weren't concentrating at all, because yeah, I mean, it literally could have been fatal. But it hit them, went into the ground, and then he kind of pulled it out of his arm and then started to measure. So just forget about the fact that you've almost been hit by a javelin. He then measures what it is. But nowadays, they've got these little cars that go up and collect the javelin and take it back, and it's somebody kind of controlling them. But, you know, really cool cars, and that would have been great as a kid. To have one of these remote control cars that, I mean, they are like miniatures of the official cars, so it's got all the details on there. It looks great. So they do that. Do they do it for a javelin? They might only do it for a shot put or something, but obviously they used to have people that went and grabbed them and then had to go back. But maybe there's a particular attachment that they have that they can stick a javelin on top of it as well. But I always like watching that, the car driving around during the athletics, getting slightly distracted from actually watching the athletics because I'm watching this car. So anyway, yes, if you are at an athletics meeting, pay attention all the time for flying javelins, because you do not want to get hit by one of those. Right, let's jump into tonight's cover video, and this is featuring Cena, of course. I hope you guys do enjoy this, and I'll catch you after. Rock!
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. Darling, you give love a bad name.
And there we have it. That was my version and also Cena's version of You Give Love a Bad Name. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And thank you for voting for it for tonight's live stream, and you guys over on Patreon for even requesting that, and the other cover, the Damn Yankees cover, Silence is Broken, for tonight. That one unfortunately lost out, but we still had a bit of a kind of 80s sound, of course, with some Bon Jovi. So we will, well, it's almost 5 to midnight here in the UK, so we might jump into a Phil tune, but I can see that we are still looking for some people in that live chat room to hit the thumbs up. We are at 257 likes so far, so if you haven't hit that thumbs up, it'd be much appreciated if you could do that to get us closer to our target in order to have a Phil jam in, maybe 10 minutes or a little bit less. So it's always a bit of a race against time. So we'll keep an eye on that likeometer. Just somebody hit the like there, so thank you whoever that was for getting us a little bit closer. Right, I think with the Phil tune, I'm going to have a quick jump over to Patreon, but I think that the requested Phil tune was maybe the library one. I'm not sure. Just having a quick look. Yes, I can see the library, so we might have a little look at that. But before we do, let's jump into Picture Corner, because we do have some pictures to look at, and I sometimes forget to get into Picture Corner, but that's something that I'm not going to forget to do tonight, so we will jump into there, get the elevator music going, and I will see you guys in a second. Rock! So here we are. I feel like I should almost talk in a more relaxed way because of the music going on in the background. But we will show these pictures up on screen. First of all, I'm going to show this picture that is coming from Liz, and this is Liz's signed Wings of Pegasus CD, and you can see that Garfield is holding it, so thank you, Liz, for sending that one in. And you guys, if you want the Wings of Pegasus album called Persistence, you can head over to wingsofpegasus.com/music if you want to go straight through to that page, and you can get your hands on that, your signed version or not signed, or even just download the album if you want to. But yeah, all my music is over there. But thank you, Liz, for uploading that one. And next we do have the birthday boy himself. On the right hand side, we've got Vince here with his son Marty. So thank you for sending this one in, and Marty is always going to get a double thumbs up from me in terms of names because of Back to the Future. So thank you, Vince and Marty, for having this picture together, but for sending it in, and Laura for linking me to the picture, not only this picture but the other pictures that I'm going to be showing. Just got a couple more, maybe even a few more. We have Deborah here with her signed Wings of Pegasus CD as well, and the Wings of Pegasus hoodie that she's wearing as well. So thank you for that, Deborah. And Deborah has uploaded another picture of all of her various beverage holding devices that are Wings of Pegasus branded. So thank you for this, Deborah. You can see there the tumbler, which I said in the last live stream, if you want to keep your drinks cool in the summer, then it's great for doing that. If you want to keep your drinks hot in the winter, it's great for doing that as well. And you can see the Wings of Pegasus mugs there and the Wings of Pegasus glass. So thank you for uploading that one. And last but by no means least, we have Dawn here, who's uploaded this picture, and you can see that she's modelling the Wings of Pegasus t-shirt, but she is with Nita Strauss, and I think there's something about in the post that the picture was taken really quickly, so Dawn was saying that she didn't really have an opportunity to get a smile, or this is always the case with these kinds of things. The things have to be done very quickly. They say, right, quick, take the picture, and say, oh, can we do another one? They say, no. Move on. So anyway, thank you for that, Dawn, but everybody for uploading the pictures. And like I said to Laura, thank you for linking me to them. If you guys are Facebook users and you want to get your pictures up on the live stream, if you've got any merch that you want to model, then you can upload the picture to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. You can get involved over there. Just, join that group. You'll be allowed into it, and then you can upload any pictures that you want. And then Laura will link me to them. So, that was Picture Corner for tonight. A bit of a busy Picture Corner for tonight, but let's jump into it is almost 12 midnight here, so we'll jump into the library fill tune. And I mean, while this fill tune is playing, we are still looking for 38 more thumbs up. So if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet and you are in that live chat room, it would be great if you could do that, because then we'll get closer to our fill jam, just a jam that we're going to be having later on in tonight's live stream, probably in 5 or 10 minutes. So we are in a race against time, but let's jump into this and we'll try and drum up some likes in the live chat room while this is playing, and I'll see you guys after. Rock!
Guys, I'm so excited. I have just managed to get us an awesome gig.
Well, I do hope our definition of awesome coincide.
Well, I know a guy who works at a pub and he said we can play there this Friday night.
You know a guy. So far, to be honest, I'm on the fence about this gig. Persuade me. Where is the venue? Will I have heard of it?
The pub is called the Golden Guff. It is in Surrey. My friend has told me it will be amazing. We need this gig.
Well, it certainly sounds like a reputable joint. It's about an hour's drive, but I'm going to trust you on this. Let's book the gig.
We won't regret it. The place will be packed. I can't wait.
Wowzers, this pub really looks like a library. Hello there. Do you work here?
Yes, I do.
Yes, we do need help. Thanks for asking. We are the band who are playing here this evening. What is the plan?
Are you sure there's live music tonight?
Well, I ruddy hope so. If not, my bandmate has yet again stitched me up, as well as himself. So, who is in charge?
I am the only person working here tonight.
Well, at least we know, therefore it will not be busy tonight. Great. Where is the stage, and we'll start to set up?
Well, whenever someone has played an acoustic guitar, they have been sitting here, so you can play in this area.
Oh my guff heck of frig. You may actually notice there are tables and sofas in the way, not to mention just being a woeful position for music.
I'm afraid you'll have to move the table and sofas out of the way then.
Well, as I'm a musician and I want to play, I will do this manual labor in addition to the hour's drive. I also assume we are not getting paid for this gig.
That is correct.
At least you're holding up your end of the bargain. Well, let's get to work, guys. These sofas look like the heaviest sofas we will ever lift in our lives.
I'll leave you to it, and I'll make sure that if you need anything, I will be impossible to find.
Many thanks for following standard protocol. Great job, guys. It only took an hour and I think I've got a hernia. But I'm sure it will all be totally worth it and not a gig we should have declined. Just the person I was looking for. So, where is the PA? Is it quite heavy to lift? And also, how many channels does your mixer have?
We don't have a PA here.
Ha 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 ha. That was a fantastically great joke. Wasn't it? Or should I say, it better have been.
No, what you see is what we have.
That, I'm afraid, is sweet guffaw. Well, what do you usually do on live music nights then?
Jacob usually does all the band stuff. He's not here today, but I have his number if you want to talk to him.
That might be an idea. At least every last detail of this gig has been meticulously planned by the venue, otherwise we could all look like absolute total amateurs. Hello Jacob, I'm Phil from the band that are playing at your pub tonight. Where is the PA? And the mixer? For the gig? Okay, so it's in your car. And you are in your car at the moment. And you're 5 hours drive away. Do you think this may be an issue? Considering we're playing in 45 minutes, you didn't realize what the time was? Oh well, that is a very acceptable excuse. I mean, how could anyone ever have foreseen these unlikely turn of events? Unbelievable. So here is the situation. The PA is 5 hours away. We have 45 minutes until we start. So this venue has quite truly rogered our collective bums in the guff.
Oh dear. I can't help feeling partially responsible for us being in this position.
Yes, I wonder why that is.
Just so you know, your friends and family are also just starting to arrive. They must have made the hour-long drive to support you.
Oh. Great. Well, as ridiculous as this sounds, I have purchased my own PA, so that if a music venue is retarded enough to not have any equipment, I have everything. It just so happens it's in my sister's boyfriend's van, who should be here shortly. So, it seems that you as a collective venue won't have egg on your face. You jammy dodgers.
I don't understand.
Oh, just that to the innocent onlooker, you'll look like you have a great PA system and are a great live music venue, when in fact you are actually a total load of rubbish guff venue. With no idea, and couldn't organize a piss-up in a brewery. Present location accepted. No offense.
None taken.
You are seriously mentally vacant. I'm going to slag off this pub to my family now. Bye.
And there we have it. That was another real life story. Now, while that was playing, I got a bit distracted and just started playing my guitar anyway. So, as for the Phil Jam number 17, it looks like we're not quite going to make it. We've got, 25 more likes that we need to get in order to have the Phil Jam. So, how long have we got left? So, it's, 6 minutes past midnight. So, we might have enough time to make it. But maybe if there is, if we are close, maybe we can have a vote to see if we have a Phil Jam anyway. But we are on number 17, is it? Yeah, number 17. So it means we've only got a few left of the list. And maybe it might be an idea to miss one on one night so that they last a little bit longer. But I'm sure that Joe, as we saw a picture of Joe working on getting a playlist of backing tracks together a few live streams ago, I'm sure that Joe is working on another list for us to get stuck into in the future. But what I'll do is we'll keep an eye on the likes, 289. So if 290, so we're looking for 20 more people to hit the thumbs up. 19 more people to hit the thumbs up to see if we have a Phil Jam. So, I saw that somebody asked which t-shirt I had on. And, well, let me see if I can... hang on, this is like... So there you go. There's a bit of a clue to it, but I think you can. Maybe if I stand, even more of a hint. If I sit up, then you'll be able to see exactly most of the band name. But I think a lot of people just know the emblem anyway of which band it is. So it's Queen, by the way, just in case you didn't recognise what I was playing there either. So there you go. That is the Queen shirt for tonight. And I have turned off the air conditioning unit because I couldn't actually hear anything. Like when I think it was the cover video. I was trying to hear, I couldn't hear it because of the sound of that in the background. And I thought if we're going to be trying to do a jam, then I need to be able to hear the backing track. So it would have been a little bit more difficult. So anyway, it looks like we are looking for 15 more people to hit that thumbs up. So we are really close. We will see how close we can get. Maybe if we are waiting, because it's still got a few minutes left of the live stream, if the backing track isn't too long, I'll tell you what, I can look at the list and see how long the backing track is. 17 is 6 minutes and 59 seconds. So that's probably enough time to still finish on schedule, as you say in... No, you say schedule in the USA. We say schedule. We don't use that hard C in the pronunciation. So... yes, we will see. Terry says, maybe the clue was Queen written across the shirt. Well, it depends. If I'm... let me see. Maybe if it's... you can still see it. Or maybe like that. Or then again, if I've got my hands in the way, I think it just depends. If somebody catches it at the wrong angle or it's in the wrong angle, then you won't be able to see it too clearly. But anyway, that was it. So... yes, we will jump into a fill jam. That could have been like a jingle for the fill jam. So, yeah, we will 8 more. It depends. I mean, we could jump into it and hope that my guitar playing isn't enough to... put people off and we don't quite get up to the 310, but we will see. If you haven't hit the thumbs up in the live chat room, that would be great if you could do that. And we might... should we just jump into it anyway? I'm having a little look into the live chat room. Oh, Barbara says chair up. I think it was actually already as high as it's going to get. And I do cross my legs so that my knee's a bit higher to sit the guitar up. So, so I can get it a little bit kind of higher or clearer up on screen, which does mean that, yeah, sometimes playing with a bit of a weird angle, but it's all right. Okay, right. Let's maybe jump into it. We'll see. Okay, we're at 302, it looks like at the moment. I'm going to be keeping a look. I mean, are we going to get 8? And the longer that we delay, the longer the live stream is going to go on for. So, oh, it looks like we're only 4 away. I think we could maybe get 4 before the end of the live stream, maybe. Maybe we'll just jump into it. Okay, let's click on number 17. Oh, advert. Let me mute that. Because as long as we hit the target during the live stream, even if it's during the fill jam, then it still counts. So we are technically 4 away. Somebody's done a double click, so it's gone to 305. Now it's 306, so we're looking for 4 more people in order to start the jam, actually officially. And I have loaded up the track. So it says it is epic synthwave backing track in A minor. And this is from Gabrielle Leopardi on YouTube. So you guys can check it out if you want to jam along to this yourselves or listen to it at another time and have a jam along. Then obviously this is what it's going to sound like. But Gabrielle, by the way, is spelled Gabriel. So that's what you want to be looking for on YouTube. And we are looking for 3 more people before we get into the jam, and it's like being held to ransom. Okay, we've got 2 more people. I think I'm just going to give this a go and see what happens, because I know that my guitar works. As for the levels, again, it's always going to be a bit different, and I think it's going to be different on whatever people are listening to it on. So yeah, we're just going to have to wing it as always. See what happens. Well, the guitar looks 80s. hear it? Just going to turn up a little bit because I lost the backing track there for a second. Okay, it's when it goes quiet here that I can't really hear it. Oh, it's back. Still getting used to this bit where it goes quiet. There must be something going on during that bit. It just sounds quiet here. oh, and then it's just kind of stopped. And I knew something was going to happen because one of those boxes came up on screen. So I didn't know whether it was going to have a proper ending. So there we go. But at least I ended on literally about as far up. Yeah. I literally ended up about as far up as I could go on the last fret of the guitar. So there you go. I got everything out of it, and you know, you might as well use everything available. There we have it. So that was another Phil Jam number 17, which again was epic synthwave backing track in A minor from Gabriel Leopardi over on that channel, and that's the name of the channel, is the name of Gabriel, or Gabriel, however he pronounces his name. So there we have it. Thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up and for getting us to the Phil Jam target officially before we started the Phil Jam. So I think we're pretty much on there or better. So we have made it. I am going to be here again tomorrow night with another analysis video, as you guys know. Oh, that's actually going to be the part 2 of the Pavarotti-Clapton video that I did. And in the video tomorrow, this is it. When I was making that video, I mean, it was like 32 minutes or maybe a bit longer. And I thought, yeah, this is, because there's so much in there. It was just too long for a normal analysis video. So in that next video, we kind of get into Eric's playing a bit and his vibrato technique and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for that video tomorrow night. An interesting one if you do play guitar, but then if you don't play guitar, I think it's just interesting to see how Eric does it, and also just Luciano's face, because he's loving it. So that video will be coming your way tomorrow night, and then we have another live stream on Saturday night. As always, 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. If you can make it, I will be there for, you know, much of the same, and maybe another Phil Jam if we do hit the target for Saturday's live stream likes goal. So thank you guys for everything. Donations wise, David has donated $4, so thank you for that. And it's, I think, a hippo waving. So hello to you, David. And Eldon Smith has donated $5. So thank you for that. And there's lots of waving, I think, going on there. So thank you for that, Eldon, and for you guys for joining me tonight. Hopefully I'll see you on Saturday night if you can make it for another live stream. It'd be great to see you there, and I'll be here with another analysis video tomorrow night and Friday night. So we'll keep on pushing forward, see where we end up. As I always say, try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live in, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!